Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, basically, we're going to go over some 3v3 replay reviews of my own gameplay footage. I've been getting a lot of people asking me, how do I rank up? How do I get out of this rank? And so. And I've been doing a lot of one-on-one talks with everybody, trying to get everybody to understand what rotations are, game sense, all that type of stuff. Currently, we're sitting at 1500, which this season is GC1. We did peak, though, this season at 1640. So we are on a bit of a downtrend here, but still, these rotations should work for any ranks below where I'm at, even to where I'm at, even a little bit above, because I've gotten there with these rotational skills. I'm not going to be going over any mechanics. I'm not going to be going over anything that you can kind of find everything already on. But a lot of people don't really talk about how to get game sense in this game, or rotationals and stuff like that, and making sure that your gameplay is the best that you can do at your current moment. So I'm going to go over a replay review of when I was in 1600 and going over my rotational skills and kind of showing you what I'm looking at, so that way you guys can understand it and apply it to your games. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so this game is going to be a bit of a longer game to go over. I mean, the game only lasts about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I'm going to be basically going over every single situation that I get into and thoroughly explaining it, so that way you guys understand, so that way you can apply it to your own game. So in this game, we're at 1600 MMR. You can see all the tags, everybody's in here. But basically, we're just going to go over some of the easy stuff of what you should be looking at, and what your mind should be going through. Now, mind you, this is going to be a longer video, so if you want to, you guys are more than welcome to skip around if you guys feel like you're already kind of understanding what's going on. But feel free to stick around. Let's watch through this replay review, and hopefully this can help some of you guys who are even stuck down in gold, plat, diamond, even grinding from champ to try and get into GC. Because, like I said, my mechanics are not very good. I can barely do an air dribble. I can not maybe 1 out of 10 times get a flip reset if I ever try and go for something. My flicks are goddamn terrible. So let's go into it. Let's see what we can do here and show you guys what is going on through a GC's head. Remind you, this game, like I said, was in 1600 MMR. So let's get into it. And so I can already see on the kickoff here, we have one person on the corner and then 2 people up center. Now, basically, if you don't already know this, but whoever's on the left side, especially if they're on the left corner, usually they always go, unless if you tell them, hey, I'm going for it, or something like that, if somebody was on this right corner over here. So the person on the left corner over into the left side of the screen, he's going to be going. And then in higher gameplay, there's 2 ways of cheating. You can either have left always goes cheat, if they're up top. So right now we're dead even right now, since he's right to my left here. You can kind of see on the left side of the screen. So typically he'll be going for the cheat, or if he's behind me and I'm on the right side, then I'll go for the cheat because I'm a little bit closer to the ball. That's one way of doing it. The second way is most people, when they do their kickoffs, usually if they tend to lose it, they're going to lose it to their own kickoff side. So left sometimes may go into the corner, which is very possible. So you just gotta get a understanding of what's going on in the game, and understand what's going on. So if the person's on the left side doing the kickoff, the person on the left very well might go for that back left corner boost. If they're on the right side, the person on the right side may very well go for the back right corner boost. But typically, I always play left goes cheat. So just kind of get a vibe of what people are doing and understand what they're doing in this. So here, we're going to be going to the right boost here. I'm actually going to turn off this controller overlay. I did not expect that to pop up. So we're going to go for the right boost. And as you can see right away off this kickoff, all I'm doing when I go for this boost is I turn, grab that one boost. I immediately go into car cam to go see this boost. But then I immediately switch off as soon as my car is aligned with that boost. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that way I can see what's going on the kickoff, and I know where this ball is going, so that way I know where to position myself when I get to that boost. Okay, so the person on the left side did not decide to cheat here. He went for the back corner, which is perfectly fine. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm rotating in, and I'm giving him a little bit of comfort here. I'm going to be basically be rotating just a little bit behind him here, so that way he has a little bit of room for error if something bad happens, because he's a little bit awkward going up for this ball. So I can see Fisky, since he's very close to this ball compared to Madison Beer over here. I know that Fisky's going to win this challenge. Madison Beer's probably going to try and go for some sort of block or a 50 or something like that, but most likely he's going to lose this. So I'm going to try and position myself into an area where I can be able to defend anything that he tries to put in front of this net. So I can see him making this touch. I rotated to back post, which is something that very well you should be doing on any rotation whenever you're going towards the net. Just so that way you can have that extra room. If they decide to go for a top left corner shot here, I can go up and get the save. Same thing with top right. I have so many more options versus if I was sitting at front post, then I might end up being a little bit too far up, and it'll be much more difficult for me to be able to make a defending play here. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up, and the reason why I'm going up for this a little bit weird is because I know somebody's going to go in for a shot. Whenever something's hitting off the backboard like this, and there's usually one defender in net, somebody is most likely going to go for a shot here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to basically get one, either a 50, or two, I'm going to try and put it below them or around them to be able to get a clear. I'm not going to try and go for a heavy clear here. I'm just trying to keep control because I don't want to bang it out, because if I were to bang it out here, if I were to just fly straight up and hit this ball, it'll immediately go to walls here. And that immediately gives them more pressure on us, which will make it much more difficult for us to play. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm basically just trying to hit it around him. We got very lucky. He did not be able to get the touch here, but I was able to put it just barely around him. And now Karen right here, he ends up putting himself in a beautiful spot here. I'll go over his little point of view here. He rotates right behind me. He sees me going up. He sees I'm touching that ball and is immediately ready for the follow-up. Now, that's a very good play to be putting yourself into, so that way you can immediately go for a counterattack. Now we are in a position to do a 2v1, both with Karen and Madison Beer over there. Both of them can push up, while Walls is the only one in the backfield. So this is a very likely shot to be very, very pressure on their team here. So basically we come down, and mind you, I still have 50 boosts. What I'm going to be doing while I still have boosts too is making sure I'm getting these small pads. Whenever I get these small pads, it keeps you able to keep a momentum versus going for like a corner or a side boost or anything like that. So I'm not panicking trying to go for a side boost. I want to stay in the play. I'm trying to get these small boosts so that way I don't have to go for those big boosts anytime soon. So right here, I saw that these two were going to go head-to-head here. I'll actually rewind it so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So we get the clear right here, and then he comes up. So I see Walls is immediately going in for he's either one, going to go for a challenge here if he feels comfortable going for it, or two, he's going to end up faking the challenge and getting ready to defend the net. So he sees Karen being very awkward here. He's trying to go for some sort of touch, and he feels like he's being pressured to be able to go for it. So I can see immediately, as soon as he jumps, I know that he's at least trying to go for a 50, the Walls guy is. So I'm going to try and put myself in a position where I can kind of understand where the 50 is going. And immediately I can already tell it's going to the right. So we start turning to the right. And now here, basically we're just going to try and put a shot on net. A little bit off target, that's fine, not a big deal. So right here, right after this off-target shot, let's go over where I go on my rotation. So I see Karen, he's all the way up in net. Same with Madison Beer, so I want to keep some distance away from everybody. Now, I don't want to be too pressure here, or create too much pressure with myself also included in this, because if they do get a clear, then we don't want to get caught with our pants down and be scored on here. We do want to be a little bit safe here, but also at the same time applying as much pressure as possible. And that's what threes really is. It's all about creating that pressure, but making sure that you don't create too much pressure where if they decide to get a good clear or maybe a lucky 50 or something like that, then we're all way too overcommitted. So right here you can see I'm pushing up a little bit, and then I'm turning because I can see Karen's going to go for that boost. So we're going to be going right behind them. We're going to get that 100 just because it's on our route. Typically, you don't want to always just go for the hundreds all the time, but if it's on your route, then definitely go for it. So I can see Madison Beer goes for the shot. He gets a block. It's going off to the left. Karen is going to be the one who's going to be able to go for this. But in reality, I want to be the backup for Karen here. If he gets a 50, I need to be ready to make a follow-up shot. Also, if he wins that 50, I need to be in a position where I'm able to make either more pressure or possibly get a shot off on target. So right now, I'm kind of keeping my distance away from him. I'm not too close to the sidewall. You can see I have a little bit of distance, but I'm also not too close to the net either. So I'm covering all of my options here. So if he ends up getting beat here or gets a bad 50, I'm in a good position to either rotate back, or maybe if the ball goes to the left, I'm able to go up on the left wall. Or if he ends up beating him, I can go for the immediate shot. And you can already see that Fisky is a little bit overcommitted in this corner with Ridiculous. And then Walls is also not even rotating towards the opposite post. So they're all committed on this left side. So if he ends up getting this off to the right side a little bit, then I have a free open net here. So I'm keeping that in mind while I'm looking at this play. So immediately I see both of these guys commit. I see Walls to my left. I know this is going to be a free shot. He ends up winning this challenge here, so it's just going to come down. I need to be able to go up as soon as possible to make sure that I'm able to get up for that ball and be able to put it on target. Now I can see Ridiculous coming in. I see Karen also coming in. You see me. Typically, you don't want to go in for a double commit here, but I did not know if Karen was even going to be able to go for this or even be able to put it on target. So I'm trying to cover all the options here. So basically, I went over the ball, and that's why I'm backwards right now. Is so that way, if he ends up hitting it upwards, it ends up hitting me and potentially going in the net. So I wasn't sure, but I knew that I needed to be able to make sure that this goes in no matter what. He ends up making the touch on the ball, not me, and it goes straight into the net. And as you can see, Karen got the goal here, and beautiful first goal. And like I said, this is going to be a longer video. The gameplay is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, but I'm going to be going over every single thing I'm looking at in this game. So on this kickoff, we're left here. Karen's on the right, and then we have right here. Let's go over back here. We have Madison Beer over in the middle. Typically on these, you'll see middle cheat. Sometimes, like I said earlier, some people might decide to go back and defend and get in this corner and get that corner boost just in case if I lose it and it goes to that side. And then Karen might cheat, or they're also could be going for that boost. So keep in mind these, you want to just make sure that you know how these players are going to play and understand what's going on. So we go in, we get a decent kickoff here. I notice immediately right on the kickoff, I'm not even knowing where my teammates are going. I'm pretty sure I can already tell Karen's going to be going for that back corner because he's backflipping here. So I know that, but I don't know if anybody's cheating on this just because I'm not looking. I'm just trying to get a good 50 here. But as soon as I see Madison Beer pop in like that, I know they went for the cheat. So as soon as I know that they're going for that cheat, I'm going to let them have possession with whatever they can. Right here, I'm just trying to find boosts here because I am very, very low after that kickoff. And I know that the other team member, whoever it was, ends up taking that right middle boost over there. As you can see, right there, Walls is going for that right middle. So I can't take that. So I'm not going to overcommit trying to beat him. He's very clearly going to beat me to that boost. So I'm just going to pick up this small pad right in front of me and then immediately turn to the ball, see what's going on with the ball. I'm not trying to overcommit here. I have very low boost, but I'm also not trying to put myself in a position where I'm way too far out of the play. I am a little bit out of the play right now, but I'm also positioning myself to be a good defender here and be able to know where this ball is going. So the ball gets cleared off to the left. I'm starting to rotate to the left. Now, the biggest thing you can learn in 3v3s is how to read somebody's body language on their car. Right now, I can see Madison Beer over there. They are rotating back, and they are mid-flip trying to rotate back. As soon as I see somebody flip in a direction, I know what they're doing. Because if they flip, they're committed to that flip. So if they're committed to flipping into this corner, I know that's what they're trying to do. He's trying to go for that boost. So I need to be the one who's pushing up here. Now, notice how I'm not freaking out because I have no boost here. I have 24 boosts. This is more than enough to go for a challenge here. I'm already supersonic, as you can see by my trail. So I'm in a very good position to make a challenge here. So I'm going to be going up for this ball. And as soon as I see him going up for this, I immediately take a jump here. And now what I'm trying to do here is I'm not trying to overcommit. What I'm trying to do here is either A, win the challenge, get a good 50, 2, or bump him off. Those are the two things I'm trying to be going for here. It's either trying to go for the 50 or bump them off of this play. And immediately he gets it way too high for me, so I'm going for the immediate bump. Because if I can get that bump, that means he can't follow up this ball. So we get the bump, and then Madison Beer is able to make that clear. So as soon as I get down on the ground, I see that this boost spawns right in front of me. It's already on my rotation back because I'm already off to this right side. So obviously I'm going to be going for this boost here. And now I'm immediately trying to rotate a little bit back, but immediately, well, actually I should say here, when I get this boost right here, I start rotating towards that back post because I see that they're putting pressure on us. He gets a double here. I know that they have a lot of pressure on us. So my immediate reaction is to try and go to this back post, which is right over, actually I can't even use my mouse to like point to you guys, but right over here. I'm trying to get my car positioned right over here while I'm already back here. So that's my route, is I'm immediately going to cut in. I'm going to end up going back, grab this corner, or not that corner, but this small pad, and then grab this small pad and get ready right here. But as soon as I'm on my rotation back, I notice that Madison Beer has possession here. So I'm going to start pushing up a little bit, but not too much, where I'm out of the play. Because I know that they can actually challenge us, get a 50, and they can go on the immediate counterattack again, and then make a very pressurized situation for us, and possibly get scored on. So immediately, I'm going to be ready for this. And you can kind of see it on how my car angles around a little bit. You can kind of see how I turn around a little bit. Because right here you can see that we have possession. I see Ridiculous getting in front of the ball. So immediately I start turning right a little bit. Just trying to cover our end and make sure that this ball doesn't go towards our net. Or I can make a good clear if it goes towards our net at all. And be able to keep up pressure out of our area. Versus if I were to keep on pushing up here and they get a clear off to our back wall, then somebody can immediately go in and score. So I see a good 50 here. I see Walls. He's probably going to get the touch here. But Karen is also boosting very heavily into this ball. So I'm just basically going to push up just a little bit because I can kind of tell Karen's going to win. So we're going to go in. I see him win. Immediately, I'm trying to follow him up here. Now, here, I don't want to be up too close to the net here. Because if I am, that's going to put me out a little bit here. I need to be able to cover this because he already made a massive touch here and put it so far away from his car that most likely Fisky here is going to make a touch back. So I want to typically rotate towards this side, but I don't want to be too far in so that way I can still potentially go for something over here. Because I know Madison Beer is way out of the play right now. There's nothing he can really do. He was just off that play. He's trying to basically rotate and get boost here, I do believe. Let's see what happens here. So he gets that 50. He already gets bumped off a little bit. So he's trying to rotate in with the play. He knows that this boost should be able to spawn. It doesn't spawn. So he's currently low on boost, and you can kind of see what I'm doing here as well. So as soon as I see this, big touch. As soon as he makes that touch, I know he made a lot of distance between him and the ball. So I know typically this is going to either lead to a 50, or if somehow Karen can make a touch, can get around him. But most of the time, if it's too big of a touch, the ball's already moving to their half. So typically, in the end, Fisky is going to be able to get there first. Even though you can see Karen's right underneath that ball, Fisky, he's so far away from the ball. But the problem is all the ball's energy is going straight to Fisky, and Karen is already at max speed or very close to, where Fisky just has to keep on moving forward, and then the ball's already moving towards him, so it's going to be much faster for him to get to this ball. So I need to be careful of that. So here, I can see a 50 go in. I can see it goes in our favor. I immediately start making a challenge. I'm not going to try and overcommit here and try and go in immediately. I'm basically going to see, because he puts it out to the corner. I already know from earlier that my teammate's on that back or on that middle left boost. So basically, I'm going to let him challenge this because he's in a much more better scenario than I am. As you can see, I'm all the way sideways right now. He's got the momentum of the ball going into the corner. Let's go to my teammate. And bang, he's already right in front of the ball here. Sure, he's sideways too, but he's able to go up this wall and make a challenge here. So I'm going to leave this ball for him and immediately start rotating back. As you can see how I rotate back here. So this happens right here. I kind of put that pressure so that way he's forced to push it to that corner. And then immediately, as you can see, I start rotating back a little bit. because very well could be that Ridiculous here gets a clear. So I'm putting myself in a position, getting ready for that clear, but also knowing that my teammates are up there and ready to challenge. So I know I have to still kind of be weary of what's going to happen here. So Ridiculous pops it off the net, off the side, and Madison Beer's up for the ball, and he completely misses. So immediately here, I'm going to try and go up because I know I have a teammate behind me. He's going to be, since he's already a mid, he's able to go in behind me. So basically, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and go up for the ball and just pop it straight down and try and get it around. And the reason why I put it over onto this side is because I knew my teammate was over here somewhere. I didn't know exactly where he was, but I knew he was over here somewhere. So that's where I decided to put it. So he pops it over me, and as soon as I see this pop happen, I know that I put it to the right of me, and I don't see my teammate anywhere in sight. So there's only a few places my teammate could be. Madison Beer is out of the play right now. He can't do much. So what I'm going to do here, since all I can see is really this point of view pretty much, I'm going to assume either my teammate's all the way in this back corner or he's right behind me, which typically, if somebody's over in this general area and that touch happens, typically they're going to start rotating behind to get ready for a shot. He's a little bit over-rotated here, but I know that he's generally right behind me area. So you can see immediately I leave that ball. I don't try and challenge it. I'm not trying to do anything with it. If anything, if my teammate's not even there, I'm just putting myself in a position to just make a defensive play here and not trying to be too aggressive here. So you can see I start rotating backwards, and then I see Karen go up for this shot. So as soon as I see him doing that, Madison Beer, I already know, is probably pretty low after that play off that wall. He probably just landed, is trying to rotate back, get boost. I have 36 boost, so immediately you can see I'm rotating it on the play. Now, like I said, you don't need to leave this play just because you're at 36 boost and you're like, oh, I need to get this 100 pad over here. No, you want to keep that pressure, but you don't want to overcommit too. So just keep that in mind. I'm basically just being wary of what my boost is here, and then also what I can do on this play. So I'm kind of pushing up just to keep pressure. As soon as I see Walls going up for this, he misses, and now immediately I can go for the attack. You can see how just by me having 24 here, picking up this small pad on my my rotational back here, I have 36. This is more than enough boost to make a play on net. And then as soon as I see him whiff here, it's free, easy money. It's straight into their net. Boom. And I score. Beautiful, right? So don't be too scared just because you're at 30 boost or something like that to go for a play. 30 boost is more than enough to make a save, make a play happen, or potentially score. You can always put yourself in a better position, and always, even if you have 20 boosts, even 15 boosts, you can still set up a play for your teammates to score. So just keep that in mind. Always be wary of where you are and what your boost is, but also know that if you still have low boost, if you're in the right position, you could still make a play happen. So you don't want to overcommit to where you can easily get screwed over, but you want to be in a good position where if something happens and you need to be ready for it. So this is 2-0, and as you can see, this video is already going on for a while, and we're only a minute into this game. So this, like I said, this is going to be a very long video just on this gameplay review here. So I can see we're already on the two corners, and then I already know from this kickoff that I have a teammate in mid. I'm one of these people who, if I'm on this other corner, I'm immediately going to go for this back corner boost. I'm not going to cheat on this. I can immediately see that Madison Beer wins this 50, and mind you, the only mechanic I'll ever talk about in-game is the half flip. The half flip is so useful, especially in this scenario when I'm going for this corner boost. There's so many tutorials on here on YouTube to be able to go in and see and figure out how to half flip, but I highly recommend that you know how to do it. It's super useful, and it'll keep you in a very good position all the time. So trust me when I tell you that is one mechanic you do want to learn. Whether you're in gold, plat, diamond, if you're a champion, you still don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. Sit down. It only takes about 10 minutes to figure out. All you have to do is use an air roll, a directional air roll, and then just learning how to do a flip cancel. And that's all you're doing. So just please, I really recommend learning how to do that. It's very, very useful. So here, do the half flip, immediately go for this boost, and I can see that we win, so I turn in on the field. If I were to be, if we were to lose this, I would have tried to turn a little bit towards my left side here and try to rotate towards net. If that started going towards that left side anyway, back at our own field or maybe right behind us, I want to put us in a position where we're in a very good defensive position if that happens. But immediately as soon as he wins, I want to be up on this field and being ready to create as much pressure as possible here. So immediately I can see my teammate who went for the kickoff, he's rotating back. My teammate's pushing up on the left side. You can kind of see a little bit from here. I'll kind of show you what it looks like here and what I'm looking at. So I see Madison Beer. He's already pretty much out of the play. I can already tell that. And I can see Karen off to the left. He's pushing up on the play. And as soon as I see this ball coming towards my general direction, I know that I need to be ready for anything that could be going in front of my own, or in front of their net to be able to make more pressure. But as soon as I see Fisky make this touch to this corner, I'm immediately going to start turning away from this because I want to put myself in a position where I can be ready for anything that happens here. So immediately I start turning back. Madison Beer gets a very good 50 here. So as soon as I'm already on the rotational back, I'm going to turn. I see Ridiculous going up for this ball. So immediately I'm going to wait and see what his touch is like. Most likely he's going to try and push it towards our own net. So I'm being very careful of what he's doing here. But also I know he kind of went up a little bit awkwardly. So this touch might go in my favor. So as soon as I see him make this touch, I immediately see he created distance away from him in that ball. And he already has so much momentum going upward and not in a horizontal area. So you can kind of see, since he has so much momentum going up like this, he's not going to be able to really make a good touch trying to get back to this ball. So immediately, I don't want them to create pressure on us. So immediately what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up for this ball. And you can kind of see at the start of this play, watch my boost here. And this is very good to learn, is how to conserve your boost when going for aerials and stuff like that. So as soon as I'm up here, I grab this small pad. I'm at 66 boost. Now watch my boost. I'm pushing up, and as soon as I'm going to make this touch, boom, I stop boosting, and then I immediately start trying to boost towards this wall to create a more pressurized situation. Now, I went up for this ball. I didn't try and overly boost into it and try and, bang it to their corner. No, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep possession here. So as soon as I make this touch, my immediate goal, since I know this ball is going towards that side wall off to my left here, is I'm trying to get my car positioned on that side wall. So that way, as soon as I can get on the side wall, I can create more pressure here. You can see how immediately I'd land on all 4 of my wheels. I still have a little bit of boost. I have 12 boosts, but I have more than enough here to make a challenge here. So I try and just push it up on the field. He makes a very weird block here. So I know that my teammate Madison Beer can go for a potential shot here because he's got enough space between him and the ball. The Walls guy, I think it was. As soon as he makes this touch, you can see how far away that gets from him. Ridiculous. He looks like he's trying to rotate in on the boost. So he's probably not even going to go for this ball. So immediately, since I'm out of the play, I'm not trying to go for this ball at all. My immediate goal is I see Fisky in net. Now, this is already on my rotation out. I'm just making a giant circle. As you can see here, all I'm in reality trying to do is, since we're all committed in this corner, is I'm immediately just trying to get in and out as fast as possible so that way I can get ready for anything that happens. But since I'm already trying to do that and Fisky's already here and I know there's a potential for a shot here, immediately my attention turns to trying to go for a demo on this guy. Now you can see what happens here. I'm trying to go for the demo. He jumps over me, but watch what happens. We score. Because I went for that demo and it was already on my rotation in, mind you, I'm not going out of my way to get that demo. It's already on my rotation out. So as soon as that happens, you can see he jumps. And let's go to my teammate's point of view, who just shot the ball. He shoots the ball. He jumps. Ridiculous is expecting him to get the save. And boom, it goes straight into their net. Now, mind you, like I said, if somebody is already on your rotation out or rotation in and they're in your way or they're potentially going to block one of your teammates, it's always good to go for a demo if it's already on your rotation. If it's not on your rotation, just be careful. Because if you go for that and they end up making a save, And mind you, if you don't get the demo or bump or whatever, and they get the save, now you're out of position. So make sure you are in your rotation if you're doing it. Because even if they end up saving that there, that was already on my rotational path. So if anything, I'm still going to be in my rotation. I'm still going to be in the play. I'm still going to be exactly where I need to be. But we end up scoring here, so beautiful. So on this kickoff, Madison Beer's on the right, Karen's on the left, and he's up a little bit, and then I'm directly in the middle. Now, typically, on this kickoff, there's pretty much only one option you should really do in high-level threes. Both people should not be going for the corner boost. So Karen shouldn't be going for the left corner boost, and I shouldn't also be going for the right corner boost if Karen's going for the left corner. Somebody wants to cheat here. But typically, since Karen's a lot closer to that ball, he can make a much quicker touch if he gets a dead 50. If Madison Beer gets a dead 50 where the ball doesn't move at all, and while him and Walls go in for that 50 and it just stays right in the middle, Karen's able to go and make that play. So immediately, my knowledge is I'm going to go to the right boost while Karen goes up and cheats. That's my immediate thought process here. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen here, but let's take a look here. As soon as this kickoff happens, I can see Karen, he's not boosting, and he's immediately still pointing his card towards the front. So I know he's cheating here. So I'm in a good position to go for this back corner boost. And like I said earlier, I'm just getting myself in a position where my car is angled towards this boost here. And then immediately I'm going to flip into car cam here. So that way I can make sure I'm aligned with that boost. And as soon as I know I'm aligned, I immediately come back out of car cam into ball cam. So that way I can see what happens on this kickoff here. He wins that kickoff, so immediately I'm trying to create as much pressure as possible, so I'm immediately going up for this ball. Now I see Karen also going up for it, so immediately I stop. Because I wasn't sure if Karen would go for that the right middle boost, and that's why I left it there. Is because if I end up taking this right middle boost, and Karen ends up going for it, then he's going to be starved, and he's going to be out of the play for a very long time with very little boost. But I'm not sure if he's going to go for it or not, but I still leave it just in case. I already know Walls is kind of rotating out to the left, so it's safe to leave. So I know he's not really going to go for that. So here I know Karen's already up on this. I already know he's low on boost. Now, when somebody's low on boost and they're making a challenge, let them do their challenge. Because here's the thing, is if they get a 50 or a pass off in a very good way, then you can be already with 90 boosts, 100 boosts, 60 boosts, whatever it is, in a very good position, ready to make up a follow attack. And since you already have that much boost, it's going to be very easy for you. Now, Karen, he's probably, right off this challenge, he's probably at maybe like 38 boosts, maybe 40. Let's take a look. He's at 40 boosts. Picks up those two small pads, picks up one more. He's actually got a decent amount of boost. His boost rotation is actually very well. So he's got 57 boosts. It's not the greatest, but still, he's got more than enough to make a play happen here. So that's why, like I said, if you know somebody's going for it, let them go for it. And put yourself in a position where you kind of read and understand what's going to happen here. So Karen, he immediately goes up, tries to get a 50, he gets beat. Now, he gets beat here because he tries to read this off this back wall right here. And when he does, you see how he starts breaking? As soon as he starts breaking here, he's losing all of his momentum. And when he loses all of his momentum like that, it's very hard for him to get it back. Ridiculous still has all of his momentum from earlier. So he can just go up and he's already so fast to get to that ball. While Karen has to jump up, try and boost to it, and regain all of his momentum just to be able to get to that ball. So most likely he's going to lose this challenge. So you can see is right before that challenge happens, I can start moving my car towards the right. Because I know Ridiculous is going to pop it off that sidewall. And I'm getting ready to go either up onto the wall and make a play happen if it rolls around. But I'm not also pointing too close to the wall where I can kind of see, like right here, how it's bouncing outward. I'm not putting myself too far into the wall so that way I can immediately go for a shot like this. So immediately, as soon as I see that happen, where that bounce is going, I immediately go up for this ball, and I try and put it. In reality, I'll tell you what I was trying to do here. I was trying to get this more mid. I was not trying to go for a shot on net here for a variety of reasons. If I try and go for a shot on net here when I go up for this ball, I'll kind of show you right here. Sorry, I can't like skip, like go back a couple seconds. It makes me go back by like 10 seconds. But here, as soon as I go up for this ball, I know Fiskey's in net, and Walls is all the way rotating off to the left side. So if I go for a shot here, typically what's going to happen is they're just going to save it into their corner or something like that. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this ball mid. Because if I can get this ball mid and my teammate's there, which I'm pretty sure he is, then I can get it there. I just can't get it back in towards mid like very much. What I'm trying to really do is trying to get it towards this boost pad right here. That's where I was immediately trying to go for to try and push this out, because I know my teammate's somewhere in mid. I know he's not all the way up here, because if he was, I'd be able to see him on my screen. So I'm trying to get it here so that way you can go for an immediate shot, because now you can see what happens here. If I get this ball all the way here, he goes for the shot. Fiskey's on this side, which is near post, and then Walls is so far away, it's going to be very difficult for him to save it. So if my teammate were to be, in that area, if I get that ball there, he can immediately go for a shot right around here, and boom, we score. So that's my immediate attention here, and that's what I'm immediately thinking about. I just made a very poor touch, and it goes directly in front of Fiskey here. So Fiskey's able to go up for the ball. Bad touch on my part, but still, that's what my general idea of what I was trying to do there for this little part of this play here. But still, it's fine though. Madison Beer didn't overcommit here. He knew that Fiskey here had the possession on the ball when he went up, so immediately he starts turning back and getting ready for that. Meanwhile, I still have 60 boost. I can very well still be in the play without overcommitting or undercommitting and going towards one of those corners, because I'm like, oh, I'm already rotating back. Let me get more boost so that way I can be, topped off or something like that. No, I'm going to try and keep myself in the play and ready to pressurize as much as possible. So immediately, I'm starting to go back towards this middle area. As soon as I see Madison Beer take this up the wall, I know either one of two things is going to happen right here. Either one, he's going to bring it up the wall and try and bring it out. Or two, he's just going to try and bring it up the wall and get a 50. Or actually, even a third option is he's going to bring it up the wall and he's going to try and pop it out because he's low on boost. So one of those three things is going to happen. So as soon as I see that happen, I'm immediately rotating in on this ball. I know my teammate is right behind me. Right there. I was actually, in my mind, I thought he would be like right around here, not up here. But still, anyways, he's more so the third man here because he's closest to the net. He's the most out of the play. And I have no idea how much boost he has. So to be honest, I have no clue. He has 90 boost, so he's more than capable of doing this as well. But in my case scenario, I thought he's more towards the back. So immediately I go up here. And now as soon as I go up for here, I'm expecting my teammate who's behind me to get in position for this. So I'm either one, I don't remember what I'm trying to do here, but in this case scenario, either one, I'm trying to get it up towards Madison Beer here and try and pass it forward, or two, I'm going to bang it off that wall because I know my teammate will be positioned in a better spot and be able to bang it off. When I bang it off the wall, they can immediately commit and try and bang it towards their side. Most likely, I'm going to try and get it up to Madison Beer though, because I can already see that they're rotating up here, so I'm trying to get the ball to them. So that's most likely what's going to happen here, but those are two scenarios you can go with and be perfectly fine. So, yep, I try and go up here, Madison Beer, and notice how, like, when I immediately touch the ball, when I go up for this ball, I immediately rotate my car to make sure that I'm landing on all four wheels on here, and then immediately down, so that way I can get down off that wall and immediately go in for this play if I need to. So I'm trying to keep that pressure, I'm trying to keep that momentum. If I were to just bang against this wall with my front bumper, I'm going to be very slow to recover because it's going to take me a long time to get back on four wheels and then boost out of there, which is going to force me to use all 29 of my boost just to get back with my momentum. So here, I'm immediately just trying to get in a good recovery. Madison Beer, though, they're trying to go up for a shot. Wallace is also going up. So I'm kind of pointing my car a little bit backwards because I'm thinking that Walls is going to make this touch before Madison Beer. So I'm getting ready for a hard clear. Both of them miss. As soon as I see both of them miss, I'm going to turn on this. And as soon as I see Karen come in, I'm kind of iffy. I know that I'm a little bit too far away. I don't have the greatest amount of boost, so I don't want to overcommit. But now Karen has made it obvious he's out of the play. He's completely backwards. So now I'm going to be the one who challenges up here. I see Madison Beer comes up, makes touch back towards me. So immediately, because I knew where my teammate was right here, right when this happened. Watch the right side of the screen. You see Karen coming in. He immediately rotates back to the middle. I know he did not just boost all the way up here and jump like that just to be rotating back into the corner. I know he's going to try and stay mid. So as soon as I know that and Madison Beer makes his touch, I'm keeping in mind where my teammate is at. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to bang it off this sidewall here and trying to get it mid for them to take a shot. So you can see right here, bang, pop it off that wall, and Karen can immediately go up for that shot. Just knowing where your teammates are at all times can put yourself into a better position to be able to know what to do, to create as much offensive pressure as possible. So now Karen, he has to go for the ball. Immediately, they start to go up. I can kind of see that they went up a little bit awkward for this, and then Ridiculous is going up very well for this, but I don't know. I can't tell if Karen's actually going to make a touch on this ball or not. So I'm kind of starting to rotate back a little bit. Karen, as soon as I see this touch happen, I know this ball is kind of floating towards her net. So even though I have 19 boosts, I know that Madison Beer is starting to rotate. He's all the way back here. I need to be the one who goes up on this play to try and do something here. Just to even get a 50, I'm not really trying to score here. It's probably most likely not going to happen because I have too low of boost. I'm kind of angled a little bit weird here. Basically what I'm going to be trying to do here is Walls is going to be the one who most likely pushes this. And then Fisky should be rotating behind him. But mainly that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get a 50 with Walls here or Fisky, whoever decides to go for this. You can kind of see Fisky's going for that corner. Now I'm putting myself in a position to either go for a shot or a 50. So I'm just trying to get up towards this ball. And I know he jumps for it. So immediately, as soon as they jump for it and I'm not already up in the air, my very first thought is to try and go for a 50. So I'm trying to read what he's doing here. I kind of go towards the side here because I'm thinking that he's trying to put it downfield. And then I try and flip into it. He just gets it barely past me, which is fine. It happens. Not a big deal. Madison Beer's there. So immediately I'm trying to rotate back out. And since I'm already rotating back out and this boost is right here, I'm going to grab this on my way out. And now Karen goes up for this. It's going straight to Madison Beer. As soon as Karen makes this touch and I see Madison Beer already on right where this ball is going to be, immediately I'm not going to over or under commit and go back towards our net. I can kind of see that I'm able to push up on this. So you can kind of see I'm starting to turn here. Madison Beer can go for this. Madison Beer is a little bit awkward and you kind of see me slow down right there. I'm trying to slow down because I kind of see that, hey, he's getting beat here. Let's start turning back here. So as soon as that happens, I'm already turning back. I barely missed a demo here. This man was coming in hot at me. So thankfully, I did not get demoed. And then I see Karen get bumped. As soon as I see Karen get bumped, I already know my other teammates in their half right now, not in our own half. So right now, I know I need to be the one because I already have the momentum. I have full boost. I need to be the one who goes up for this ball wherever it goes. So this ball is going to go up into the corner, and as soon as I see it bounce up like this, and I see Ridiculous going up as fast as possible to try and get to this ball too, I'm not going to take my time and just drive up the wall here. Immediately, I'm going to try and put myself in a position where I can beat him. The only possible way I can really do that and get a good beat here is by flying up to the ball. Immediately, I kind of see where it's going, and then I predict its trajectory, and so I jump up and immediately start going for the aerial on this. Now, I don't want to bang this, because if it does, I know both of my teammates are pretty overcommitted in their half right now because one got bumped and the other one went to their other corner to try and get boost. So right here, I'm trying to keep control here. So I kind of make a touch up into the ceiling here, and now you can see I have so much space to work with here. I have 17 boosts, so not a lot, because I know that the person who just tried to challenge me, they went for that boost because they knew that they were getting beat. So this corner boost that I'm right over right now is gone. I already know that. I don't even have to look for it. So now I have 17 boost. I'm kind of seeing right here. Actually, he left it. Wow, surprising. But anyways, even at that, I still need to create pressure here. I'm not trying to dip out of this ball for boost. I need to keep the pressure up. And I already have a good amount of momentum, so 10 boost I should be fine with. There's a small pad right there, and then there's a big 100 pad right there. So immediately, I try and go up and try and this is actually very bad on my part. I'm trying to get this ball up on this wall here. So I'm trying to get this small pad right here and then flip into the ball, doing a left diagonal flip, forward diagonal flip into the ball to try and get up the wall and possibly get a pinch out of it. As you can see, I just completely whiff. That's on me. That's mechanical error. It happens. Everybody does it every once in a while. So not a big deal. But I already know now my teammates are in a good position, so I don't feel too bad about that. So Fisky already took that boost. In reality, my recovery here isn't the greatest. I have 6 boosts. I landed backwards, and when I did that, I lost all momentum. If I would have landed a little bit more sideways, I could have kept a lot of that momentum and still gotten back. I didn't want to be landing forward because I didn't want to go to their half. But even landing sideways would have given me enough momentum to get back a lot faster. So this is a bad recovery on my part. Just by landing a little bit too awkwardly, really put me in a bad position here to try and get back. But here I can see Madison Beer and Karen are both on each other. So my very first thought, we have nobody back post here. Karen, he's rotating back, but obviously I can't even tell that from my angle. My angle, it looks like they're both just kind of up there on the ball. I can't really tell what they're looking at. I can't tell who's facing forward, who's facing backwards. So immediately my instinct is to try and go here, 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 and then back corner, or back post here. That's my immediate thought process as soon as I see what's happening right here. As soon as I see that's my immediate thought process. There's boost on the way, and I also want to be in a good position to go for that back post rotation. So if Fisky makes a bad touch, I see Madison Beer going up for this. Meanwhile, I have 0 boost. I have no momentum here. I'm not going to try and stay in this play. So immediately what I do, as soon as they're about to make this touch here, you can see what I do. And this is why learning how to read cars is so important. I have low boost here. I'm trying to convey that to my team. I don't have to say need boost here through quick chat. All I need to do is just front flip. When I front flip, my team knows I'm committed to rotating back. So now I'm pretty much telling Karen, hey, push up because I'm going to be behind you because I need to get boost. So immediately Karen starts pushing up. You can kind of see he's pushing up to that front post here. He's also trying to dodge that demo. So now as soon as I see that demo happen, I need to grab these couple small pads. And now I'm already at 47 boost. I'm at back post. Now I see that Madison Beer is able to get a good clear out of this. I know my teammate just got demoed. So immediately I'm trying to read what's happening here. As soon as I see this touch happen, now I'm already on the rotation inward on this ball. I'm ready to go for a bang. Not a good bang at all. It was such a bad touch. But anyways, it still put a lot of pressure on them to make a save. And I can already tell by the way he has to hit this. Because as soon as I hit this upfield, you can kind of see how he goes into this ball. As soon as I hit this, he gets bumped out of the way. And he's driving towards this left side of the field. As soon as I see that, and he's kind of angled towards that back corner boost, I know that this ball is going to go towards that back corner. So immediately, I'm going to start pushing towards this back corner, trying to get to that ball as fast as possible and beat walls to this ball. Now I'm using all of my boost to get here. And now I can kind of see I have 0 boost. I can't really do much. I could try and bang it into the corner. But the problem is if I bang it into the corner, they're immediately going to get a clear out of this. So what I do is I have 16 boosts. I'm using all my boosts. I'm trying to get a soft touch here. I'm going to go up for a ceiling. And now I'm not trying to go for a ceiling shot here. That is not the intent with why I went up on the ceiling here. My intent is to try and drop down and before Walls gets to this ball, get in front of it so that way I can flip into this ball and get a 50. See how well that worked? Now it's in their corner. It's got low momentum on the ball here. And now it's probably going to have a 50 here. Karen ends up getting beat. As soon as I see Madison Beer trying to go up for this ball, I have 2 options. Either one, I can go all the way back. I have very low momentum here. I have 0 boost here. I'm not in a very good spot because I'm already turned this way to make a turn and then try and rotate back out. Sure, I could probably get there a little bit faster if I just turn out. But here, I'm going to try and go for this corner. I already see Madison Beer's already up for it. He's ready, and he's most likely going to beat Fisky here. So I already know that I'm pretty safe to go for this corner. If that ball was going straight into our corner and Madison Beer missed or something like that, then I'd be immediately trying to rotate back out towards our half. But since I see him winning the challenge, I'm pretty safe to go for this corner boost here. So he wins that challenge. It pops up a little bit here. So here, all I'm doing is I'm trying to rotate. Now, rotations here basically look like this. Madison Beer is pushing up. Karen, in reality, he's kind of doing, I don't even know what he's doing, to be honest. I think he's just chasing the ball. But here, I'm trying to rotate around them. So my rotational path will look like this, where I'm cutting in like this. Or if they gain possession, then rotate out like this. And get ready for whatever's happening here. That's what my rotation is. If I cut right here, I need to make sure that ball is coming in as soon as possible to me. But since Madison Beer's already committed, he's upside down. You can see Karen's not in a good position to go for a follow-up touch here. I'm not in a very good position to just hang out right here. I'm not in a very good position to do that. So I'm going to try and go back here. Because now I'm in a better position to go for it. So that's my immediately thought process here. Let's see what I do here. Immediately I see that he's getting beat. So now I'm going towards that back post. So now here, since I'm the back post guy right here, I'm rotating to back post. I'm the one who has to be ready for a shot on target. If I rotate in on this right now and I get beat, it's putting Karen in a very awkward spot because they're at near post. If he was behind me, this would be a perfect play for me to go for. But if I end up screwing it up, Karen's in a very, very bad spot to try and make a save. So if he goes for that save, we're kind of screwed. So all I'm doing is I'm going to let Karen turn on this, make a challenge. I know he's low on boost, so I don't expect anything to happen. So I'm getting ready for a shot on target and getting ready to save it. Karen goes up and he beats him. And as soon as he beats him, I see Fisky coming in here. He's going to go for a bump. It happens. Not a big deal. So I can't go for that ball immediately, but now I can start going in on this ball. And you can see it when Walls touches this, how he touches it. As soon as he makes this touch right here, see how much power he hit that with? It's not a lot, but it's enough to where I can see, hey, he's creating separation between him and the ball right now. I need to challenge this. So I'm immediately going to challenge him here. So immediately as soon as I challenge him, I win because the ball is coming towards me. He created separation between him and the ball, so he's got to try and make up that separation right there. So immediately, I know I'm going to win that challenge. Now, one thing I do want to note here is when I challenge here, watch how I flip into this ball. I have a couple options here. I can front flip into this ball, and I can bang it into the corner and then go wherever. Or two, I can turn right a little bit and side flip into this ball. So that way, when I side flip, immediately my wheels will land on that wall and I can immediately follow it up with another touch. So watch what I do. I do a side flip and look how I landed. I'm already ready to go for another touch if I need to. The ball went a little too high for me and I'm too low on boost to do anything, so I can't really do much here. So immediately I'm getting under the ball. I see Fisky going up for this. So here I can't really do anything. I'm just kind of stuck in no man's land here. I can't really do much. So right now, all I can do is wait to see what happens with Fisky. If he misses, I have a shot opportunity. If he ends up hitting it, I just have to rotate back. He ends up backflipping. As soon as he backflips like that, I know I have full possession here. So immediately, I go and try and take a shot. I should have probably tried to get it more of like a pass or get it a little bit towards the net, but you can kind of see I went towards this corner here. Not what I was trying to do ideally. But that's what happens. Sometimes you can't really control it. Sometimes it's just in that kind of a spot where you just got to kind of put it wherever. So I bang it into this corner. Hopefully my teammate can read this. Here, I know I'm not going to win this challenge if I try and challenge this. So all I'm trying to do here is grab that corner boost and then rotate back out. As you can see, as soon as he goes up for this, I'm just rotating back out. Now, the only reason why I rotated out like this here, you can kind of see, I go for this corner. I could have went right here. If I go right, the problem with it is if it goes in front of net, I don't want to be overcommitted at their net. So here I'm trying to rotate against the wall here and try and make sure I'm out of the play here. So immediately I go up on this wall. I can see Karen speed flipping into the ball. Madison Beer's rotating back out. So immediately, as soon as I know Karen's going for this touch, I grab that middle boost, and you see what I'm doing here? I'm kind of reading what he's doing, and then as soon as I see him make that touch, I'm trying to get up on this wall, just in case if he wanted to pop it to me. If he pops it up into the air, I can try and jump off and put a shot on target, or at their backboard or something. So immediately, I'm giving him that option. Whether he takes that option or not, that's up to him. It's up to him to make sure whatever is best for him at that moment, he does. But I'm giving him that extra option to do that. Gives him a lot more room to do more things. And it actually can mess up the defenders a little bit too, because they don't really know what's going to happen. But Karen, I can kind of see that he's keeping it close to him. It's a little bit of separation here, but I know that nobody's challenging him here other than this Fisky guy, but he's overcommitted a little bit. So here, I immediately start heading back down, because I don't want to be in Karen's way. Now here, I have no idea how much boost Karen has here. I seen him speed flip from the, from the back post to the ball, and then hit the ball, and then use more boost to try and get the ball up the wall. So I have no idea how much boost this guy's got. So immediately, as soon as I see him go hit this ball off this wall, immediately my thought process is, hey, he probably doesn't have a lot of boost. I should try and go up here and try and get a redirect towards the net. Now, mind you, if you're at a lower rank, don't do this. Don't try and go up for this ball, because if they have boost, you don't want to screw them up. So just get yourself in a position ready to make a shot if it goes off the backboard or something like that, or whatever. But here, I'm very comfortable with getting redirects. So if I go up for this, I know I can get to it and get either a good redirect in net or on their backboard, which Madison Beer could push up for and get a potential shot off on target, even though Madison Beer is all the way back at back post right now. So immediately I go up here. I see Karen with so much boost, it's not even funny. So as soon as I see him doing that, I immediately point my card downwards and I boost out and back onto the ground. You see how, even though I committed there, I only used 32 boost, and now I'm in a rotation back where I can grab another small pad, which I do. Now I'm at 80 boost. I barely use any boost. I technically used 20 boost out of all that. Now I'm rotated out a little bit. I'm a little bit out of rotation here, but I can make sure I can stay in a rotation. So as soon as I see Karen's not going to go for this. Madison Beer's going to try and go for that corner, just in case, and then make a challenge here. So I can kind of see that happening. As soon as this touch happens, I know that both of my teammates aren't in a really good position to make a good touch on this ball. They can try and cut it, but if anything, they're just going to get 50 with Fisky here. So I know it's on me to get to this ball before Fisky. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and get a 50 here. Not a bad 50. Goes straight up and down. As you can see how I land here too. As soon as I get up for this 50, I use a flip. And immediately I start turning my car with air roll to get onto this wall and land on all four wheels. And I land backwards. So I can't rotate back out really well here. But I see Ridiculous boosting straight at the ball. And when he's boosting straight at the ball, he's boosting towards this wall here. So I see a potential of him hitting it off this wall. And if he hits it into this corner at all, or if he bangs it a little high, I can try and get in front of this and try and pass it back out mid. So that's what I'm waiting here to do. So as soon as I see him make that touch, I immediately start heading up towards this wall here. I have 35 boosts. I'm in a good position. So I jump off the wall. I pop it out towards midfield, hoping that Karen right here, who's already ready for it, can go and make the touch. Ideally, I wanted to put that a little bit lower. I put it a little too high for him. But in the end, that's what I was trying to do here. But Karen's already in a very good position, ready to go for this. He just ends up getting beat, which happens. So now I know he got beat. I know Madison Beer's going for this ball right now. So immediately my thought process is, hey, I have 14 boosts. Let me grab a couple small pads. I know Madison Beer's making an attack right now. So typically we're going to have good amount of pressure here. So I'm probably going to start rotating inward on the net here. I grab this boost here. I see what's happening. Actually, I went for the corner. Not a good idea on my part. I should have never went for this corner. I should have went for the boost pad rotations as soon as I seen what was happening on the field. But if anything, it doesn't really matter here. Looks like we're about to score. So I start rotating up, and you can kind of see I'm going for small pads here. I've used up a little bit of boost, but since I grabbed all those small pads, I'm still at 100 boost. So I see Karen going for the shot. He misses. It's going off the backboard. I see Fisky. He's way out of the net. He's completely off an angle with the ball. So he can't really go up for this ball too well. So I know immediately if I challenge this, he can't get up to this ball before me. So I immediately jump up. And I start using my air roll to get myself in a better direction. So that way I can corner flip into it. And boom, put it in net. And just like that, I do believe, even though it says 1500 MMR on this replay review, that's just my current MMR. At this point in time, I think I was around 1620, 1630 MMR. That's what a decent GC game looks like. I mean, like, this was a very good GC game. I mean, mind you, these, I have no idea. I mean, you can see their titles that Karen's a Season 10 Grand Champion, Madison Beer's a Season 1 Grand Champion. I don't know if Karen and Madison Beer were GC3 last season, GC2, GC1, or even Champ 3. I have no idea. Actually, I know that at least Madison Beer had to be Grand Champ at some point. So, this was a good lobby. And Fisky was Season 8 Grand Champion. Ridiculous, I have no idea about. Walls, I have no idea about either. So, this was a very good lobby. But because I put myself in positions ready to go for things, mind you, I don't have the best mechanics. You can kind of see that. I didn't try and go for air dribbles. I didn't try and go for anything crazy. I just try to get to the ball fast and make good touches. That's all I try to do. I don't try and go for anything fancy. I think the fanciest thing I did was going for that ceiling 50 that I went for. That's probably the only fancy thing I did. Other than that, I don't really do anything fancy. It's no point in high-level 3s most of the time. You don't really have time to. So, if you're in a lower rank, trust me when I tell you this. Please work on just learning how to do game sense. You know, just knowing where your teammates are at, rotations. And I know people say that a lot of times, but trust me when I tell you this. When you're at a low rank, just watching how people touch the ball and knowing where your teammates are at all times, you can kind of watch how the other team just starts passing you the ball. If you put yourself in a good enough position, they'll straight up just pass it to you because they don't know how to keep control yet. You don't see people start keeping control of the ball until about Champ 3. So if you're anything below Champ 3, just watch how people just literally give you the ball. It's not that hard. So if you just kind of understand what's going on, that's why I did this video, so that way you can kind of understand what's going on through my head when I'm playing. And hopefully, it can help you in your head when you're playing in your game, whether that's gold, whether that's platinum, whether it's diamond, champ 1, champ 2, champ 3, whatever it is, or even GC. I mean, this was a 1600 level game, even if you're at 1500 like me. I look back on this game when I'm actually doing like terribly, like how I have been. I actually dropped down to about 1430 MMR in 3v3s. I was on a huge losing streak, and I had no idea why. I look back at this game, boom, I'm back at 1500. Because I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, you know, I'm doing this instead of this. You know, that's just knowing what you're doing is beautiful. And mind you, like I said, look for these in your own games. Save a replay, just look over it. See what you can do better. Don't blame your teammates in 3v3s just because, hey, I'm in plat. Nobody knows how to pass the ball. Anything like that. Trust me when I tell you, if you can just learn how people communicate, which in lower levels they don't really understand that they're communicating, but if you can kind of read like, hey, they're flipping, like, hey, I need to go up for this instead of them, or whatever the case may be. Just knowing how people are going to touch the ball or what they're probably going to try and do can put yourself in a much better position to go for whatever you need to and get in a good position to do whatever happens and create as much pressure as possible. Now, mind you, at lower ranks, sure, there's going to be double commits. Sure, there's going to be whiffs. Sure, there's going to be all this other type of stuff. Just work on the game sense and work on the rotations. Work on some basic stuff like going up for aerials, going up for, just going up for the ball and getting a good touch on the ball. Try and keep the ball close to you. Try and learn how to get power clears, all that type of stuff. You guys learn how to do all of that, and I am telling you right now, you'll be just as good as I am. You can be literally the worst mechanics. You can get up for the ball fast, you make good touches, and you can do it consistently, and then learn how to just do this, what I just was talking about this entire game, on rotational, game sense, all that type of stuff. I am telling you right now, you get up to Grand Champ, or whatever your case is. If you're in Plat and you're just trying to get up to Diamond, I'm telling you right now, you watch this video, you implement this thought process into your own game, you can immediately get into Diamond or Champ or whatever you're trying to get it to. So I hope this video really helped you out, guys. Please let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see more of. But for now, peace out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please subscribe and like on the video. The likes and comments also really help out on the algorithm. I know I'm trying to get these videos out there so that way we can get as many people watching this stuff as possible. And maybe you can get some good solo queue teammates. Who knows? But anyways, guys, I'm going to head off here. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night, and peace out.